Hey everybody, I haven't done a video blog in, oh jeez, 3 months. Now the last time I did a video blog, everything in my life was going pretty well. Cooper was still with me, I hadn't moved yet. And then life, unfortunately, has one that just likes to throw things in your way that you're not expecting. Now, as you all probably know, if you follow me on Twitter, Facebook, my website, you know that Cooper passed away. It was really sudden, sorry. I didn't see it coming whatsoever. Sorry, I knew this was going to upset us, I haven't done it that long. I basically went to work, he was fine. My housemate Mark got home and found him lying upstairs, basically not in a good state. We took him to the vets, and unfortunately after like a 3 or 4 foot operation, they just couldn't save him. Basically, it's a thing called twisted stomach or something. Apparently any dog can get it. They don't know why it comes on that quick, and most times you don't even get to the vet while they're still alive. So I did not see it coming. He was only about, I'm going to say 9 years old, which, considering that literally the week before he'd done 14 miles walking and he was still ready to, he could have done the same again and not even thought about it. So I just didn't see it coming. But every other dog we've ever had in my entire life, we've known it's coming, so therefore it's us that's made the decision to say, yeah, it's for the best. But when you go to work and say goodbye and you live what you normally do, thinking you need to come home again, and he's still going to be there, it's just wasn't expecting it. And that's, God, about 2 months ago now it happened, and I'm still, as you can probably tell, a bit of a mess. It just, people thought, oh, it's only a dog. It's not. He was literally the love of my life. Is when I got back from work, he was the first person I would see who'd come and give me a hug that only he could do. If you'd ever met him, he'd literally jump off and put his paws like that and stick his head against you. I've never had a dog like ever done that, and I don't think I ever will again. And even the number of words he learned, things that we didn't really teach him, he just learned. Like he learned basically, I said Alexa, his ears pick up, and what's the weather? He'd be, oh, that means I'm going to go a walk. He hadn't worked out what Alexa actually said, because he didn't seem to respond to Alexa, but he knew if I spoke to Alexa, if I said Alexa, what's the time? He goes, boring. If I Alexa, what's the weather? He can bouncing upstairs. There's just so many things that he learned that we never taught him. And since then, I've got another dog who's literally lying there. Little bugs. He looks pretty similar, but believe me, he's a totally different beast. But yeah, I'm glad I got another dog, but no dog could ever replace Cooper. He was just amazing. Don't get me wrong, this one here has got potential. He's still got lots of problems, but he's getting there. But when we first got him, we knew he had lots of problems. Basically, one person had him, literally had him for 2 days, and gave up and took him back again. He's basically really mouthy. What basically, I wouldn't say he bites, but basically you'll grab hold of your hand in a playful way and will not let go, and it can quite hurt. And when he gets really excited, he does it to you. But I've got most of that out of him. As well, when he first got him, he wasn't fully house chained either, so he was still like peeing in the house, pooing in the house. So he's better at that. I just got to watch him around other dogs. He's just really excited with him, so he's really excited when he starts to play. And he doesn't know when to stop, and also when he sees other people, he's not so bad with me and Mark now. Instead of like going hello and asking for a pet, he goes up and mouths them, because he thinks that's how you say hello to people, which is not. But yeah, he's becoming pretty good, and every single night he sleeps in my bed, which Cooper would detest. I like the idea of Cooper sleeping in my bed, but he was just too fidgety with this one. He'll literally curl up in the ball next to you, and you won't hear him for the rest of the night. But he's also quite funny. He likes to sleep upside down, which is literally goes like that, and he's like, oh, he wasn't speaking about him sleeping like that, so yeah. So it's been a bit of an interesting couple of months. And I've also moved, which I knew that was coming because the landlady decided to want to sell the last house. But that all happened before Cooper passed away, so I can generally quote one thing in my life happening, but when your best mate dies and you have to move all at the same time period is just really upsetting. But at the same time, I need to get that house, because that just wasn't the same as when Cooper died. Was literally I'd come home, I was still looking forward, I was head to look at from the top of the stairs and just all the things, so this one here. It's a lot to live up to. Cooper would be really happy though that we've got another dog, and this one's kind of an amazing life like Cooper did, because Cooper literally went everywhere with me and my housemate Mark. We planned holidays and it was literally about, oh, where can Cooper go? Because you name it, he'd been there. But, yeah, so as you can tell, that's why I've not been doing video blogs now. I've just been a bit of a mess. Even now, as I said, most days I still cry thinking about him. I just can't get my head around that he's not here anymore. People say a dog's a man's best friend. Cooper, honestly, he really was. One of my best mates, Jamie, died a couple of years back. I was like, oh, that's sad, and then I was over it. But Cooper, the fact was, let's say, I saw him every single day. We went on long walks, we went on holiday with us. He was literally my world. And when you just don't see it coming, it's just like heartbreaking. But then luckily, people at my job been really good about it. Where I work's really good. If your dog dies, you get given time off, and you get paid for it again. I don't think lots of our companies do. I haven't decided what I'm doing yet, but you also get in every day, like when you want to like put them to rest or something else, you get paid for that as well. So I think me and Mark are do go like one of his favourite walks and take his acid with us and say goodbye to him that way. Of course, he's never going to be gone, but it's just such an amazing dog. And also, I've cried when Cupid had jumped up and gave me a hug, and suddenly it's just like, oh, what's that all about? It just hasn't quite worked out yet. Heavy bugs. Anyway, I'm going to get going now. I'm sorry this is not my normal video blog. I also didn't get my haircut. It's just like everything else going on. It's not even really my top 20 things I have to get doing, so... Oh dear. So if you got a dog, do tell them that you love them every single day, and I mean that was... With Cooper, I always did. I never left the house to say goodbye to him. I've ever got in the car and thought, oh, I haven't said goodbye to Cooper, and also run back out and give him a hug and say I love him. But even that last night, I can remember walking before I went to work, I remember giving that hug to say I love you, Cooper, just sat at the door and looking at me and never knowing I was going to see him alive again, but it happens. He had a good life with us, sorry, God again. Anyway, I'm gonna get going now and switch it on with my video vlog. Bye!